Well, hundreds of thousands of bikers rumbled into our nation's capital to honor and raise awareness for prisoners of war and those missing in action. Rolling Thunder in its 30th year. Garrett Tenney joins us live from the nation's capital with the latest on this. Garrett, this is one of my favorite holiday pre-summer scenes. It is so moving.
You know, Harris, one of the amazing things about it is that organizers say even after 30 years, each one seems to be bigger than the last. They estimate that as many as 900,000 rioters took part in today's Ride for Freedom. It went from the Pentagon to the National Mall, and we were set up near the Lincoln Memorial, and the first bikes came by a little after noon. It wasn't until almost 3.5 hours later that the final riders passed by. And a lot of them, they spent the past few days traveling across the country to be here. All 50 states were represented, and veterans from other countries came as well, as far away as Australia, Guam, and the Netherlands. They are veterans, Gold Star families, and just proud Americans who each have their own reasons for coming.
We're here to support the armed forces and all those who are forgotten POWs, MIAs. Real important to me. I've got family members that were in Vietnam.
Today is a very important day for us because it's not about thanking service. It's about remembering our fallen.
It's a tribute to the veterans. I'm a Vietnam vet, and so we don't forget where we've been, where we're going, and it's the best place to spend Memorial Day weekend.
And organizers say their main goal is to continue to push Congress on veterans issues such as the VA and, as you mentioned, recovering the remains of those who died abroad. And one thing we kept hearing today was nothing says Memorial Day like the sound of thunder from a motorcycle in the nation's capital. And after being there, it's hard to disagree, Harris.
We talked about the timing of this. I know that there were some storms in D.C., and so the ride was getting started a little bit later. I don't think it impacted things, though, correct?
I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a more patriotic crowd of people than Memorial Day weekend than this one. And you have to remember, this is not just some parade. Organizers call it a demonstration. And you can see, even with the rain, thousands of people were lining the streets to cheer on the riders and pay their respects to those who have sacrificed their lives for our country. And at one point this afternoon, when the rain was really coming down, one veteran who served in Vietnam came by and told us, you know, this isn't so bad. It rained 5 times as hard in Vietnam. And that's really fitting because it was actually Vietnam veterans who started Rolling Thunder 30 years ago to ensure that future soldiers came back to the welcome they deserved.
We don't want the American public to ever demonstrate against our troops again and treat them like they treated us. You're to demonstrate against the war, but don't demonstrate against the troops.
And Harris, that's what they want their legacy to be, making things better for the future generations of men and women who fight to protect our freedom.
Garrett, thank you very much, and we want you to share your pride this Memorial Day weekend on your social media pages using the hashtag #ProudAmerican. And please include some pictures if you can. I love looking at those. Well, President Trump is back in